States?
I think the wife can answer that one.
All right. Come on, Rachel.
Well, it's definitely not going to be born in America, because I don't want to have an American baby, obviously. We both don't. And so I thought, since we have that house over in England, that I'd have it over there. And of course, with New Zealand being part of the Commonwealth, it wouldn't matter anyway, and I'll give it a New Zealand passport. So in England, yeah.
There were all these rumours that he was going to drag you up to Scotland.
Well, no, I suggested that because if it was a boy, that I'd go up to Scotland for him, because it would only bring, because I have Scottish blood back on my grandfather, so it would both bring the Scottish back into our
lineage.
family.
Yeah, but you most
we don't know yet. I mean, we're only 90% sure, actually,
Yeah.
but you never know. But she was real good about it. In fact, it was Rachel's idea. She said, well, you know, if it's a boy, I don't mind going up to Scotland and having it born. I said, well, you do realise, you know, they club you over the head. They've got no anaesthetic or anything like that. But that was real good of you, darling. Thank you very much.
That's right.
But you're
Is that
both
the end of the show? Can I go now?
But I mean, you're both over the moon about it, obviously. I mean, boy or girl, it doesn't matter, does it? As long as the child's healthy.
As long as it's all in one piece.
Oh, exactly.
That's what counts.
I mean, you obviously like children quite a lot, you know. I mean, you've got a couple of kids and...
More than that. Don't count up, you know, the viewers might take stock.
But no, you know, there's another side. You're the family man. I mean...
Yeah. As best as I can be, it's difficult being out on the road, trying to keep the
Who
family
isn't, though?
together.
I mean, you know, everybody has their own way to bring up kids and everything. I don't think there is ever a right or a wrong way to bring them up. I mean, do the best you can. I mean, everyone could say that I'm too young to have them, and I probably am, but...
Well, your mother wasn't when she had you.
Well, I mean, it just doesn't...
Hey, we want this to get to air. Go on.
No, I think he makes a great father, and he's a great person. I think the main thing is that he's a great person, and I think he'd make a good father.
What about the touring and that? I mean, at the moment, I mean, you're both obviously on tour together. Easy for you?
Yeah, it's a lot easier to be out here with him than at home.
It's not what you said this afternoon. She's threatening to go home. No, it's real difficult for her because boredom sets in. You know, I've got something to do every day. I get up on the stage and I sing for 2 hours. Whereas Rachel has seen, I think you've seen out of 140 concerts thereabouts, she's seen 120. I mean, how many times can you listen to Maggie May? You know, and it does get boring for you, be honest, and constant travelling. But she's been a pillar of strength for me, being out on the road, being there with me, and take my hat off to you. I've never told you this before, have I? Wish I was dead. No, seriously, folks, she's done real good. I mean, I'm not used to it. I mean, she's just been there for me on the side of the stage, booing. Because you like heavy metal music, really, don't you, Doll? I'll use about that one.
Is this heavy metal your thing, Rachel, is it?
No!
Ask her about the previous boyfriend.
What? Obviously you like modelling agencies too, darling.
She's got me there.
No, we could go back and forth like this all night.
I remember you saying once, just to get you out of this little corner here, I remember once you saying that you hadn't really heard a lot of Rod. This was at the time of the engagement.
Yeah.
Now, you've obviously seen him on stage. You can be quite honest. Outstanding the world over, but is the sort of thing Rod does the sort of thing you like on stage?
Well, I'm not. I mean, of course, with AC/DC and all the rest of it, I did ballet for 11 years. I like classical music. I like a variety of music. I don't just only like one type of music. So, I mean, you can't really pinpoint me on anything. Just because I went out with somebody with heavy metal doesn't matter.
You're a musicologist. You like all types of music, which is fair enough.
Yeah, it doesn't...
Well, you know, on a more serious level, Rod, here you are chatting away, but you don't seem to do many interviews, do you? Really? I don't see many.
No,
do you not like them?
I'm nervous doing interviews. I'm very nervous doing talk shows. That's why I don't do them. You know, I don't think I'm very good on them either. And I don't get that much time. My managers work me so hard, and there they are. But we work 4 or 5 nights of the week. I mean, just doing a concert, that's what I've got the energy to do. I don't need to do anything else but that.
Do you still think of Dennis Law, or don't you bother now?
Oh, all the time. Yeah? I check into hotels as Dennis Law. It's been my pseudonym for years.
Oh, you give it away, Rod.
Well, no, it's not anymore, is it? I use Sid James now, the well-known comedian.
And while Rod takes care of business, Rachel takes care of Rod's 11-year-old son, Sean. And she looks like she's got it pretty well sussed. A few legends here tonight too. Bob Dylan, an old mate of Rod's from way back. There's no shortcut to Rod's sort of success. And his tubercular rasp is now one of rock's more distinctive sounds. He blends it with pure pop. And consistently finds songs with everlasting hooks that cling to the mind like quickstick.
2 hours again, but you get out there and you see the audience before you, 15, 20,000, that's it, that sheer energy. Good to see you. Good to see you.
You always got a flair for picking good songs. I mean, are they easy to pick? You know, you do make songs your own.
Yeah.
That's
I wouldn't say it's easy. I usually look at the lyrical content first to see if the song lends itself lyrically to me before I decide to sing it. But I've had a lot of help recently. A lot of people have helped me produce the last couple of albums, and they picked the songs for me, so I've been very lucky. But I do enjoy singing other people's songs, bringing a new light to a song. It's an interesting way to go about it.
And you had a sensitive way with the lyric. You know, there's been some nice ones over the years.
I've written the odd song now and then, more before your time, of course.
That's not that bad, is it? She doesn't say that to you, does she? That,
well, even with Maggie May, when I wrote Maggie May, she was 1. You know, that was 1971 it came out.
Did you hear on what radio station was it? Kiss in LA. They had a when we were getting married, they had a baby crying in the background of Maggie May.
Yeah, they played Maggie May with the baby crying in the background. In fact, I say that to the audience sometimes. I say, well, ladies and gentlemen, I made this album, every picture tells a story. My wife was 1. And it brings the house down, they love it, it's so cute.
But I mean, who cares about age difference? I mean, that's nothing, is it? I mean, I get tired of those sorts of stories.
Are you married to a younger woman, are you?
Well, yeah, I am actually. And she looks a hell of a lot younger than me as well. So, yeah, but I don't worry about those things, you know.
Well, we actually talk about it, but, you know, that's something we keep personal to ourselves.
Yeah. The fact of living here, what's the big appeal about living in the States? I mean, you're a Scot.
Well, when I moved here...
English, really, aren't you? I mean, let's face it, you were born in England.
Oh, I was, yeah. It's something... People always ask me about this love I've got for Scotland, and it's something... My father was Scottish, and unfortunately he's no longer with us. But I just love the people. I love the country. I should see more of it, but more importantly, I love Scottish football. For me, it's the purest football that ever exists. You know, we haven't got the greatest national team now, but always think that Scotland taught the world the game. What was the question? I'm sorry.
Well, from
why
what
you live in America?
I mean,
why
we live in
America?
Tax reasons. Because in 1975, when I left, I was playing 90 cents in every dollar. Or, you know, that's a lot. So I just left, you know. I was actually paying more tax than I was earning at one point. So I left and moved to the States and have never looked back since. And I love going back there. I love going back to England.
The tour in New Zealand, what can we expect down there?
Well, we're playing at the Springs, aren't we?
Yeah.
The last time I played there was with the Faces in 1972, and there were blokes in the audience with T-shirts that said, "Off Pommy Bastards." So I don't know what. I'm sure it's going to be a lot better than that. I'm looking forward to it.
It's been a while
since the last
since
time I
you've
played
been
the Springs. I've played New Zealand since then. It's good. There's a lot of British people down there, as you know, a lot of jocks. So I think I'll be very much at home.
But you've sort of deserted us a bit. You haven't been there a lot since
right.
then. I mean, is this just because of the New Zealand link?
Do you know, it may have something to do with it, and also we've had a lot more recording success down there. We've sold a lot more records. So, you know, you don't want to come down there and tour if your albums are not selling, because you're going to be playing to nobody. You know, but it looks like we've sold a few albums, and it looks like we might have a good audience.
Are you someone who worries about selling albums? I mean, most artists do, but you wouldn't have that much trouble, surely.
Well,
They think he's decent
nothing's
to
written
it.
in stone, I've got to tell you. I mean, this is a very competitive business we're in now. You know, it's not like it was when I first started back in the late 60s and early 70s. It was an honour to be in a band and something you took extremely seriously. Now every Tom, Dick and Harry you see is in a band, you know, playing guitar, and it's very competitive. Very, very competitive. Much more than it was a few years, 10 years ago.
Someone mentioned a short while ago that US musicians are a hell of a lot better than the English musicians, horn sections and things like that. I mean, is that a fact? Is that what you found?
I suppose that's my question, isn't it, darling?
Yes, that is yours.
I would imagine so, yeah. Yeah, I haven't used any English brass section or British brass sections, or European, but the Americans definitely seem to have it down. But you've got to be fair, there's a lot more Americans floating about than there are British people, so you know, they've got more chance to be good at it.
You know, you're
Sex,
still...
I suppose.
You're still quite an English sort of person.
Said that one and then didn't. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I missed it.
I missed it.
And don't forget the Scottish blood here.
Personal thing, something you've never been given credit for, strange question. You really did introduce a very good haircut. I mean, there was a Tony Curtis haircut. Have you ever thought about that, or
Oh,
not
yeah,
really?
it's definitely a landmark. And, you know,
It
as
is.
much as I
Yeah.
try and get rid of it,
It's going to have its own flag, so.
as much as I try and get rid of it, I mean, it's different to what it was 10 years ago, even 5 years ago. It sort of matures on its own, my haircut.
I was actually being serious.
I know you're being
Yeah.
serious, because I tried to get rid of it. I had it cut off all short when I was in England for the tour, and it just really short when it, and I had it all brushed back and everything and short. There was outcry from fans writing in and saying, we like the old spiky head Rod, how dare he do this? And just over a haircut. It was really funny.
Actually, we
I
read
should be
something.
flattered.
I read something that he'd had a crew cut. I mean, you didn't like it. Was that right, or
What?
that he'd had a crew cut at one stage and you didn't like it? This was.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know,
but
where
then you
really-
read about that. I have the $4,000 worth of lingerie given to me because I lost a bet over that. I mean, I'd like to see where all of it is.
You can't believe
So, I mean, they
it.
write everything. I mean, they just write anything they want to, really.
But you become an amazing twosome. I mean, New Zealand is absolutely full. Any magazine always got your photo on it. But I mean, you know, there's something.
Me
about-
in the background going like this.
No,
Don't
no.
always believe what you read in the magazines down there. I mean, I tell the viewers because we're all watching. I mean, such a lot of it is just rubbish.
Real
A lot of it's
rubbish.
picked up from the British papers, and
They love making a few
as you know,
stories
it's
up,
a lot
don't
of
they?
rubbish. A lot of it. Is there anything you'd like to know that you've read in the papers that you'd like to know the honest truth about?
Right, one very simple thing, because I saw the show a year later and I thought, well, gee, that story they put out was nonsense. He went on Aspel's show, and apparently he mispronounced Rachel's name, and we read the story that Rod was up in arms and he took his shoes off and he lost his temper, and yet when we saw the Aspel show,
It was funny.
you were laughing around the place. It wasn't
Yeah.
a serious thing at all. I mean,
Yeah, I was. He meant it. He meant to actually,
Oh, did he?
you know, what was the name? He said Helen or something like that.
Yeah.
I think he tried to be controversial. Helen. Get out of here, Helen. Rachel.
Rachel. What is but saying almost
She told me not to come on this show.
You carried it off so well.
I was
mean,
more or less going to go over and thump him. I was
Yeah.
that annoyed because I could see in his eyes that he meant to do it. But I thought, okay, make light of it. Maybe I shouldn't have done. Maybe I should have thumped him and made great TV. But
But the show was good enough, dear.
it was unfair. You know, I think it was unfair on Rachel. It really was, and it really annoyed me. And I won't go back on that show. You know, not that he needs me, but I mean, I definitely won't go back on it.
and yet, to be honest, yeah, I sat there and either you're a good actor, you didn't look to be as upset as you say you were. I thought,
No,
oh,
I was only
yeah.
upset after the event. Is that the
Ah.
one? Was that the one
Yeah.
with Dudley Moore?
Yeah, that's it,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was more or less after the event. I came off, you know, the show, and I was really upset. I thought, how did he get away with that? And of course, he got what he wanted. He got front page or page 3 news the next day in the Sun and the Mirror and all the papers. So he got what he wanted. Clever. It annoyed you, didn't it?
Yeah, it annoyed me.
Tremendously.
Will you take time off when the baby's born? Will you be off the road for a few months, or what's going to
Of
happen?
course, I've
Rachel?
got to take time. I'm not going to be able to walk around anyway. Yeah, I will. I mean, I'll be off until probably September when I come down and do the New Zealand Tourist Board. But I was think you're on and off, aren't you? Really?
No, I'm more or less. We're finished. Once we've done Australia and New Zealand, we're finished. That'll make a year of touring,
Yeah.
which is a considerable amount.
Enough.
It is for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is for a while.
Rachel, you know, your job, I mean, this is a sort of job where you can just take time off, sort of have a baby and then just drift back into it. What would you do?
Yeah, I think it was probably, it can be good and bad for you, but, you know, my agency's been fine about it, and I've done a CoverGirl, just done a CoverGirl commercial, just did Pantene down in, up here, and that, I think that's going to end up going worldwide. So, I mean, I still do a lot of things, still try and keep my face out there as much as possible, but, yeah, once I'm done, I'll get back into it. Because, I mean, I've found that when I started, I mean, you look back at my photos when I was 16, I mean, my face was so different than it is now. You know, it's a little bit more, you know, as you get older, you get, you know, things change. And,
Yes, they certainly do.
Do you think you stay at home? I mean, they're not sort of the questions I'd probably ask, but I know a lot of other people would. I mean, would you stay at home with the baby? Would you just sort of get a nanny or take the baby with you? Or what would
yeah,
you do?
it'll just go wherever and do whatever. I mean, I'm not going to stop my life just because I have a baby.
Must have been cold in Pittsburgh.
Stop looking at her like that.
What did you look at me like? What did we do?
Looking at my wife's proud cleavage.
Anyway, I appreciate the chat. I mean, I could talk. Well, look, can you? I was wondering whether we were getting a.
Excuse me.
I thought we were getting a lot. I'm so used to people saying, "Hey, that's it," you know, whenever you can. Any chance of seeing you play in New Zealand?
I'm up for grabs. If anybody wants a game, should I rephrase that? No, I'd love to have a game when I'm down there. There's usually, the last time I was down there, I had a load of games of football.
I think I've organised one actually for you down there.
Yeah, every time I've seen you, I've said.